Life of freedom and of pleasure, crypto's gonna last forever. Every hodler wants to rule the world. Welcome everybody to another episode of Savage Cash, here with your superhero of cryptocurrency, the Supoman. In today's episode, we are going to be exploring the question, are the bulls here to stay, or is another bear movement coming? Is this current bull period going to end this bullish sentiment, which seems to be basically growing on a day-to-day basis, having grown in the last week dramatically? Is it going to stay? Is it going to go right up from this point, or is it actually going to go down? That's what we're going to be exploring. And we're also going to be exploring what the hell is happening with the altcoins right now, because they are exploding. So if you're excited to learn about this subject, smash up the likes, smash up the likes, and also make sure that you subscribe to Team Supoman for a daily video. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm live. Yes, it looks as if I'm live. Excelente Vicente. Let me just hear that you can you hear me? Come on. Come on, come on, come on! Betting ends! Yes, you can. Smash up those likes, peeps. Right. So, Mexico. Let's move on. So, the market cap has finally gone over 400 billion. A milestone. And it appears to be the case that altcoins are smashing it, because the Bitcoin dominance currently is 37.9%. Now, recently, Bitcoin dominance has been as high as nearly 46%. Okay, but what's happened is that altcoins have had tremendous rallies recently. So Bitcoin at the moment, $8,919. It has been flirting with 9,000 to 9,200 before tanking again to the late 8,000s, 8,800s. It just doesn't appear to be going and basically smashing that 9k mark and moving towards the 10k mark. So basically we are having some shorting happening. People are, the sentiment seems to be that people are shorting their Bitcoin. Maybe some have been making profits from the lead up from 6.8 to 8.992. So people are shorting it. Some are getting rid of it. Some are buying it up, thinking that the bullish momentum will continue. So there have been some amazing gainers recently. Bitcoin Cash is one of them. Bitcoin Cash is going to be having a hard fork next month, which is going to make them technologically better than they are now. And the blockchains have been just smashing it. So, credits I spoke about yesterday being one of the lowest cap blockchains. Blockchain is the key word. Blockchain is the underlying kind of technology and cryptocurrency that is going to thrive no matter what happens. Because now you're seeing the bigger companies taking it. I showed you through Amazon yesterday. There's going to be more. There's going to be more. Okay, so yeah, blockchain is the way to go. Now, credits has gone from like 53 cents to 70 cents. I mentioned Neurochain, AI blockchains, and Matrix today has gone up over 10%. It's actually hit the $1 mark. Another AI-based blockchain. Icon, another one that I spoke about yesterday, has gone up 10% in the last 24 hours. Now, I spoke about Neurochain, like I said, and funnily enough, Neuro, which is not what I meant, has gone up over 280% today. Hopefully, it's just a coincidence, and people haven't thought that this is the Neurochain. Neurochain has only recently been at ICO. The ICO's ended, and you will be able to get it at some point soon. So, but it's only had 29,000, so it can't be that much. What else is happening? So one of my favourite picks, QuantStamp, is smashing it right now. 21 cents. This went down as low as 7 cents. This has tripled in value in the space of a week and a half. Why? So the reason why is because QuantStamp has joined the Ethereum Community Fund. So QuantStamp's proud to announce that we are joining the Ethereum Community Fund against Omisko, Golem, Raiden, Cosmos, Global Brain, haven't heard of the last two, and more great projects. Vitalik is also an advisor of the Ethereum Community Fund. So basically, this was founded to facilitate the mainstream adoption of Ethereum. Okay, it seeks to improve infrastructure, facilitate the creation of new innovative applications, blah, blah, blah. So, QuantStamp are a smart contract audit company. They are heavily involved in making sure the quality of the code, the smart contract code, is actually reliable, is trustworthy, it doesn't have any loopholes where people can get scammed. And so this is a welcome addition to this Ethereum community fund. So although it isn't a blockchain project, this is helping blockchain thrive and smart contracts thrive. Smart contracts is an essential part of blockchain. So making sure these smart contracts are up to speed is a great thing for the community. Another biggie is Internet Node Token, INT. Now, there are a couple of rumors circulating around Internet Node Token. This was 11 cents recently. I was flabbergasted. I got some more Internet Node Token. This has quadrupled. Get in, peeps. So basically, Internet Node Token is an Internet of Things protocol. It enables for devices to communicate with blockchains and send data to blockchains, which, as the Internet of Things industry really grows, as we have more smart devices communicating with blockchains, powering homes, being at your convenience. So essentially, you walk into your apartment and all of a sudden the lights switch on. All right, that's the kind of thing. That is the kind of Internet of Things that happens. This is basically, instead of you switching the light on, it all happens in this, it all happens in this kind of weird way, this weird and magical way. And that is because of the Internet of Things. So Internet Node Token has had a couple of rumors. So the first one is that they are building a router. It's actually quite confusing as to why a router. This is the devices communicating with the blockchain. What is the purpose of a router? Essentially, it is in order to create another layer on the internet that devices can communicate with. Apparently. Another rumor is that they are going to be offering masternodes, or at least node staking, at 100,000 node tokens, INT tokens. So if you've got 100,000 of these, which would have been, quite cheap if you got this at 11 cents, you would be able to stake these in time. So a couple of developments in the roadmap which has made Internet Node Token really smash it. Off altcoins and going into the market news, we've got some more bullish information. So former JP Morgan banker says cryptocurrency market will get much bigger. This is a nice signal of confidence in the market. Another one here, Goldman Sachs has hired a cryptocurrency trader. They've hired the VP and head of digital asset markets to help the bank through its crypto exploration, crypto conversion, essentially. Like I have been saying, is going to happen. This is the conversion I've been talking about. 1%, 1.5%. Currently so far, moving towards 3%, towards 9% to 13% a year after, and 25%, within, about 4 years. So you can see the acceleration of the cryptocurrency conversion. What else? So Binance are going to be partnering with these parties here to support Uganda's economic transformation and youth employment through blockchain, embracing the fourth industrial revolution. Revolution, peeps. This is how blockchain can, be used to help people in circumstances where they have a need. An essential need. I was telling you last week about homeless and how blockchain is being used for homeless and being able to store their documents, their ID verification documents on a blockchain so they can access government services. Now helping youth employment through blockchain and helping Uganda's economy. Now this is showing use cases every single goddamn day. We are seeing it surging. Now what we are seeing is the antithesis of what we have been seeing throughout the bear period. Through the bear period, we were hearing FUD, 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 FUD. South Korea ban, India ban, Pakistan ban. Ban all over the place. Cryptocurrency is bad. Everything is damn bad when it comes to cryptocurrency. Twitter, Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, bans on cryptocurrency ads. All of that came in waves to create this massive sell-off, which had a small recovery and then another massive sell-off. What we are having now is the inverse. We are seeing almost this cartel movement again, where we are seeing almost like a planned coordinated, release of bullish articles. Things happening, what we're seeing right now with altcoins, with all of these different rises today, is we are seeing an altcoin FOMO rally. People are imagining that the market is going up dramatically and they want to get in before the big rise. Now, what's going to happen with regards to the Bitcoin market? Is it going to go up? Well, basically the trajectory suggests that we should be hitting about 10k if we go on this current trajectory by the end of April. That would give us 2 weeks before consensus. Consensus is where a lot of people are expecting to throw the money in. It's going to be like, let me give you my damn money. That's the kind of thing that people are expecting around consensus. So this means, well, in between now and then, I mean, it's the, what is it today? 23rd today. So we've got about a week, if it continues to this, this momentum, to get to about 10k. That basically gives us 3 weeks now until consensus. So this is giving a short space of time to be able to see any bearish movement. Okay, so there was big heavy speculation. I was one of them that thinks that this is a bull trap, and that actually what's going on is a kind of false sense of security, so it creates demand. But it hasn't really been wavering. Currently at 8,880, it's not really wavered too dramatically. There hasn't been a whale drop so far, which means that we are still yet to see if that's going to happen, if there's going to be a bearish movement. Personally speaking, the window is closing. However, do I think that that means there isn't going to be a whale drop? No, because I think that all of these, and I know this is going to sound FUD-ish, but I think that all of these bullish articles are they're kind of sending a signal that the market's returned. The sentiment has changed. If you have a look at Box Mining Crypto Daily's videos today, they are essentially saying that there's almost like a turnaround in sentiment. There's a turnaround and everything's going up. I am being very, very vigilant. I did my buying here, and if it doesn't have a chance to go down again, then I did my buying here. Not all of it. I want to take some bigger positions. I still think a time can occur. Like I said, I basically don't think there has been enough significant movement to say that the bulls are here. I think there had to be very aggressive for the bulls to be signaled, okay? Had to be very aggressive, like this, I suppose. And it's been a lot more spread out. A lot more spread out. And when you can see that the demand is being created by some of these articles, it makes me fearful. I kind of want to do the opposite of what the market is doing, because that's generally what the whales do. The whales tend to do the opposite because they sell into the demand and they buy into the sell-off. Okay, so the demand is happening, altcoins are going up, Bitcoin is going, it's mainly on the bull. So I personally think this is a cause for concern, personally. So I am remaining vigilant. I'm going to continue holding for now, and I am not going to be making any more buying. And that's just the way that it is, personally speaking. Now, this is personally speaking. This isn't, not meaning to be all cliched about it, not financial advice. You've got to do what you feel is right. But my general sentiment is to do the opposite of what the market is doing. Because a lot of these things, when you look at the market sentiment is reflected by an insignificant proportion of the community. You, me, a lot of the people who are smaller investors, anybody who has, less than, well, I don't know really how to say it, but basically the smaller investors, the regular investors, the non-whales essentially, if we're bullish, that doesn't necessarily mean the market is bullish, because we represent about 2 to 5% of the cryptocurrency holding population. The ones that have the big whales make up the large proportion. So it doesn't bloody matter what we think. What matters is what they think and what they're going to do. So that means that we are always at the risk of being dumped on, basically. So I'm remaining vigilant, and that is my explanation as to why. I'm happy to be wrong, but I'm hoping that I'm going to be right. And even if I'm not right, then I'm glad, because the fact of the matter is that you've got to do your buying in the bear market. Everybody's buying now. Everybody thinks, right, okay, the red, you know, the flag has been, you know, raised. It's like, yes, now's the time to buy. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it is the best time to buy. The best time to buy is when people are panicking and when people think that there is no comeback for cryptocurrency. So that is my 2 cents on the matter. Now, let's have a look and see what you guys are saying while you are here. I've got a super chat. Crypto Seb. Hey, Super, love the videos. What are your thoughts on Invartio? I've said my thoughts on Invartio. I think it's very, very promising. Travel Block. I've looked at Travel Block. Looks very interesting as well. I'm going to be talking about that at some point, perhaps. It is an interesting one. It is a very interesting one. Essentially, cheap holidays. Cheap holidays. Cheap holiday packages. Really, it's a use for the token. Okay, so you have a load of tokens, and you can use those tokens in exchange for a holiday, basically. So never paying for a holiday again. So I like the idea. So let's see what else you guys say. Novator Design. Hey, Superman from Malta, chest out. Yes, indeed. Well, only a little bit. Wii Power. Couldn't give a stuff about Wii Power, in all honesty. Much love. Thank you, Sameep. U-Network. I haven't looked at U-Network yet. Is it actually an investable cryptocurrency, or is it a ICO? U-Network. No, I think it is. Oh, no, there it is. Right, okay. U. So let me have a look at this, because there has been a massive call for me to look at U-Network. And U-Network is ostensibly the Asian version of Steam. So a social network. So let's have a looky work. With my Pai Mei imaginary beard. Let's have a look. I don't really like the... Oh, there we are. The font corrected. It looked a bit Times New Roman-esque, which I thought was pretty poor. Online content is broken. Unfair. So this is basically talking about like the centralization versus decentralization. You know, centralized governance is what you're seeing with the likes of Facebook, etc. Users don't have a voice in content moderation, platform policy decisions. No. Poor discovery. Content discovery algorithms are harmed by spammers and paid bots. Platforms don't distribute value fairly to users. Right, okay. So it does look interesting. So it's a protocol, prediction market, a governance protocol, an on-chain protocol, and a content pricing layer in between. So that's the tech. Community, authors, general users, moderators, content explorers, upvoting. I'm taking it this does not use the smart media tokens of Steam. I'm taking it they are creating their own proprietary stuff so that this has value in its own right. So let's have a look. There's nothing on circulating supply. Total supply is 10 billion. That's a lot. But the volume's quite high. So this is interesting. So 0.004 of a dollar. You can't really see what the market cap is. So it's difficult to form an opinion. However, this has been going up and up and up just over the last few days. So this has actually quadrupled in the last few days. So yeah, I will have a look at this. I'm going to have a look at it. But since then, the market cap has gone down 2 billion. Is that something to do with this stream? No, I'm sure it isn't. Anyway, so the guys, that's my thoughts today. Let me have a look. Any more questiones? Any more for any more? Super, have you looked at R-Loop org yet? No, I have not. Credits has taken off. Yeah, I've talked about that. TE Food. I'm just not that convinced, to be honest. Christine is here. Good to see you, Christine. Karan is here. Good to see you, bro. Any singers? My Mrs. Tina says hi. Hi, Tina, and I apologise if you found me asking you to be quiet the other day offensive, but you know, that's how the Superman rolls. Assertive. Lovely afternoon. Will do. Thank you, Crypto King. Stefan's here. Michelle Williams is here. Somebody said the other day, oh, maybe Superman will pay attention to me if I had a vagina. I'm not going to say that word. But if I was a woman, basically. Check out U Network official Telegram. I'll have a look at it. I'll have a look at it. Somebody said to me the other day to look at it. I obviously didn't act quickly enough, and the price has quadrupled. So, you know, let's see if we can get on this beforehand. We've got Mema Haran. I met Mana Haran the other day. He's a dude. Dan Lee. Dan Lee. Good to see you, Dan. My #1 Scouse fan, apparently. Could be right. You could be right. I think that sometimes maybe I offend with the Scouse accent. That was stupid, you know. Gotta go to the Aussie to see our kid. Anyway, so that's it, peeps. That's it. There's a lot of questions coming in. Have a look at this. Have a look at that. Nothing that sounds any good. Axpire, everybody always talks about... Well, very few people actually talk about Axpire. Wendy's still here. Wendy's here, sorry. She's driving ATM. Thank you for joining, Wendy. Don't crash. Please don't crash. Anyway, so that's it. I haven't got my car yet, actually, Crypto Taz. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. I hope to soon. Anyway, thanks, peeps, for joining. Thank you for being here for another Savage episode of Savage of the Cash variety. Let's get a little bit of a nice view for us to end on today. And I will see you next time, peeps. I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that the bears could still come? Or do you think the bulls are ruling the market right now? I think that come consensus is where we're going to start to see the real bull momentum. So if anything's going to happen, I think it's going to happen at that point. So the window is closing. We'll just have to see, peeps. We will have to see. But there could be another buying opportunity. At the end of the day, the people that rule this market are the whales, not the small guys. All right, so till next time, peeps, it is lights out, all out. Na 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 na.